Excuse me, do you know why we pulled you over today? Exactly, it's because you're not subscribed. So you better fix that right now, or we're gonna have to take you in. Speaking of privacy, there's more. Oh yeah. iOS 15.2 beta adds app privacy reports to show what data is collected by apps. Now, if you are on dark mode, I am completely sorry. This is going to slap different. I'm just saying it. Fuck it. I'm saying it. It's a mess. It's a mess. Now, this is how it's going to look like. Obviously, we already have app tracking, which is something that gives you the tools back to, for example, say to certain apps that you don't want to be tracked by them. For if you jump out of that apps, let's say Twitter, you are in Twitter and Twitter wants to follow you around on other apps, you can say, no, I don't want that. Because Twitter can then use the data, if you do allow it, to when you go back to Twitter, give you better apps or more targeted apps, because they could see what you have done potentially in other apps. You can now say, let's not do it. But here, you can potentially see what the apps are doing. So, this is great. I feel like this is absolutely good. This is giving us even more tools, I'm sorry, Facebook, to obviously give us our power back. Our power back over our data. This is our data, and no one should be able to take it away from you. If you do not want that. Now, obviously, there are a bunch of companies like Google, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Uber Eats. Uber Eats is a big one as well. Uber in general, that are obviously very big on stealing your data. I shouldn't say that was a joke. For any lawyers that are looking, that was a joke. They're not stealing your data. They are getting your data legally. Of course, it's completely legal. It's just not in a way that some other people would say they want. Right? That is what I meant to say. Stealing was a joke. I'm gonna end the stream here. No, I'm kidding. Anyways. For the most part, this is going to hit companies like Facebook, Snapchat, and all those companies, right? That, for some reason, opted to not really inform people well enough about what data is being collected. I would say this is a good thing. Now, a lot of people are arguing that this is going to hurt small businesses. For example, Mark Zuckerberg did argue that. And I'm not saying that isn't true. I would actually say it is true. The problem is, it's not my problem. If you... Like, there's this saying, and I have said this yesterday, or no, sorry, the day before that. There's this saying that when you're nothing without a suit, you shouldn't have it. Right? Tony Stark to Peter Parker. It's a very genius quote. It's the same with data. If you're not in without the data of people that didn't really, well, consciously elect to give it to you, then you shouldn't have it. That's it. It's Meta, by the way. Fuck you. Okay? Fuck. We're going to get into that. It's Facebook. It's Facebook. Okay? Meta is. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. Okay? That's a spoiler. Anyways, as you can see here, you can see app network activity, which is, I feel like, the most important one. Because the rest, I mean, data and sensor access, for the most part, this is stuff that you will get a warning for while after installing the app. So if you give it access to your camera, well, it's going to access your camera. Now, obviously, you will be able to see when it happens, how much it happens, whatever. But in general, I mean, if you give it access to those options, to those features, you shouldn't be surprised that they used it, right? So it's good information, it's interesting, it's great that it's there, but also not really surprising if the app shows up there. What I feel like is way more important is app network activity. Although you also give them access, obviously, to mobile cellular, there is no way to, if I'm not mistaken, revoke access on Wi-Fi. So, which would be a great option, by the way. Tim, if you're watching, I would love to, for example, if I am not working, I would like to switch off Outlook. Like, toggle it off, give it, like, no access to internet at all. Like, completely shut it down. But anyways, like some sort of kill switch or something. But this is a very good next step for our privacy. And I would say, outside of Facebook, this is also for the smaller things like Uber Eats. A lot of people do not know that Uber is collecting so much data on you. Like, Uber is handing out a lot of discounts. It's very cheap. It's a very great product. I really enjoy using it. I drive Ubers all the time. I order Ubers. I order Ubers all the time, Uber Eats, but they're collecting a lot of data on you. A lot of flipping data, and it's very important to know it. Anyways, is there any good information on here? I mean, this is it's in beta, right? So a lot of things could change. They could even pull the entire feature for the next update. This is obviously something that I feel like is very important for us, especially for the people that are interested in privacy, in getting controls back over your data. Let me get back to the dark mode. Anyways, more positive stuff. Better days ahead. Better days ahead, boys. Better days. Okay. 9to5 flippin' Mac coming in with an article on iOS 15.2 beta features redesigned notification summary. And obviously this is really good. I feel like this looks really great. If you look at it, I'm sorry for the people, like, obviously we promised quote unquote promised dark mode, but hey, welcome to 9to5 Mac. This is very cool. It looks very cool. I'm excited about this. I'm not sure if it's going to be like this. It's a beta, so we don't know if it's going to be like this at all. It just looks cool. You see the notifications. You see how it's grouped up. You see the difference between the what we now have and what this is way more interactive. It feels like it's more like something that is floating around, and the UI is just exciting. It's cool. So let's look at a few more pictures here, because that's what I like. I like to look at pictures. That's as smart as I get. Anyways, here you go. So you see, for example, messages here, which is cool. There's a notification, and it gives you like a little bit of a effect, like, hey, this is a message. It's a little bubble where that message is in, and I think it's really cool. And then you have obviously a Twitter message, and here you see single, for example, which is interesting. I feel like this is there's a picture and then the text that is supposed to be below it, or maybe it's a reply to it. I'm not sure what it is. And here you have more. This is what it is right now. Yeah, there you go. This is what it is right now. So that's cool. I feel like this is really cool. And probably, well, with this beta, we're going to find out later what people, use it for, if they see any use case for it. Maybe give Apple some feedback. Let's read a little bit about it. For example, here we see, following the release of iOS 15.1, obviously to the public, earlier this week, Apple today released the first developer beta of iOS 15.2. So, yeah, if you are on that, living on the edge kind of lifestyle, you're probably on the beta. And at some point, people just want notification OS in front of iOS or something. Question mark. Now, so I know what you mean, right? Because, okay, let's just talk about this, because I feel like you're not the only one. A lot of people are saying, like, are we going to live in the notification center forever at some point? And I partially agree, right? At some point, you just it's no longer notification. It's just the app running in notification center. So I do understand what you mean, but I don't feel like we are at that stage right now. I would say this is just to make it a little bit more clean and a little bit more in depth. What is going on? Who is talking to? Who is it? A reply on something, right? Because I have had many times that I'm in some sort of group, and then I just do not care about all the comments and reactions to a certain picture. So if this means that I would be able to see that, okay, this is another response to the same picture, I'm just not going to click on it. I just do not care, right? And this is something that I would like to have a more like glanceable like experience. Like I could just see like, oh, okay, well, it's still about that flipping picture, right? Let's just leave it. It could save me a lot of time. But hey, if some people do not like it, there will probably be a way to turn it off as well. But yeah, I would also say at some point we should also hit the brakes on putting the entire OS on the notification screen, right? But hey, for now, I feel like it works. This would be cool. I've never used it. I can't say anything about it. But how it looks cool, and it looks informative, and it looks like something that could save me time. And those are the three categories, the three checkboxes that I need for something to be cool. So yeah, we're going to see. I don't know if anyone has been using it and has something to share about it. But it does look cool to me on the face of it, like on the surface, right?